What is up, wrestling fans? Welcome to another episode of the Smark Out Moments Smack Talk podcast. I am your host, as always, Tony Mango, and joining me, as always, are Callum Wiggins.
The Dream Team.
And Robert T. Felice.
I gotta tell you guys, I've spent a lot of my year in a time machine with you.
Does it really count if you spend a lot of a year in a time machine? Doesn't you kind of just spend no time? Depends on how you use the time machine, I guess. Which, by the way, this is kind of unrelated, but a fanboys sort of related thing. I finally watched last night Back to the Future.
You mean like...
Finally for the first time. That's been on my list of movies that I just had not seen throughout my entire life. Yeah.
I thought I was really late when I started picking up Star Wars, around when The Force Awakens came, but I can't believe that you, of all people, have never seen Back to the Future.
That was on the list of movies that I hadn't seen as a kid for whatever reason, and I got well past the teenage age where I was like, oh, if I watch it now, I'm not going to like it, and it's a classic, and I don't want to be that guy that watches a movie and hates it. Like I haven't seen The Goonies for that exact same reason, and I'm like, I know if I watch this movie, I'm going to hate it. And then
What else is on that list?
Raging Bull, blanking off the top of my head, but every once in a while somebody will say something and I'm like, oh, Aliens. I haven't seen Aliens yet.
Really?
Yeah. I have no interest in seeing Alien 3 or some of the other thing, Alien versus Predator. But yeah, I finally went ahead and watched it last night. Watched that with Caroline, and I was like, you know what? Good. I don't hate this movie. Like, thank God. So I might sometime soon have to watch Back to the Future 2 and 3. And I hear that
you can skip
3 is disappointing, so, a little bit of time machine stuff going on. But that's what we're doing today, if you can't tell, of course. We are doing Time Machine Dream Team, episode 2 of that, as sponsored by Guest 5, as part of the Pick Your Poison tier on the Patreon. And if you are wondering what the hell that means, that's part of the Patreon where you can request a special feature of some kind. You really like a certain gimmick and we haven't done it in a while, or you want us to do another one of them anyway, or, whatever it is that you have in mind. It could be an editorial, it could be an article, it could be a podcast, all the different things that we've done before. And it could be something as simple as just like a going over if you really want us to just talk about a particular topic or something like that. But some people have said, like, man, we really want you guys to do another Play the Game, or maybe depending on the way that we restructure a couple things going into 2020, maybe it'll be something related to another mailbag or something like that. I don't know. It all kind of depends. And this time around, Guest 5 had suggested another Time Machine Dream Team, so that's what we're doing here. And if you didn't check out the previous Time Machine Dream Team, and you're wondering what the hell all that means, it means that we are going to take these ideas of themed groups of wrestlers and apply like the old Survivor Series rule. Now, we had done many different teams before, like Team United Kingdom. And I have a list of names written down. I don't remember if we ended up deciding specifically each individual team and all that, because I'm missing some people in certain things, but I tried to keep my notes going. But we had gone with, for instance, like British Bulldog, William Regal, Pete Dunne, Drew McIntyre, Fit Finlay, Wade Barrett. Like, okay, which ones of those people are we pick for the 5 people for Team UK? And then who are the 5 people that we would go with for funny wrestlers? Or Team Marty Jannetty, where it's all the Marty Jannetties of tag teams. Lots of different varieties of options that we can go with. Some of them suggested by Guest 5, some of them we've thought up on our own, and some of them we have piggybacked off of from previous different ones. So that's basically what we're going to do here. We're going to talk about some different themes, try to figure out which people we would put in that capacity, and hopefully you guys all enjoy it, and you join in the discussion on the comments section below. Below, I mean on YouTube. The audio-only platforms, you guys have no comment section, so that is not below. You're not just scrolling and not wondering where the hell it is. But YouTube, yeah, go over there, hit that subscribe button if you haven't done that already, ring that little notification bell, and like the video, and drop a comment below and tell us your picks for these teams and your thoughts on our picks for these teams. So let's get the ball rolling here. Let's go with, let's see, I'll do a little randomizer here. I'll point my cursor, and it lands on Team Musician. Okay. So we've got let's see. Off the top of my head, I have Jeff Jarrett in mind. We've got. I don't think we're gonna put Man Mountain Rock on there.
You might.
We got Elias as an option.
Honky Tonk Man, obviously.
Oh, Hockey Tonk Man. I guess
Jimmy
technically
Hart?
Jesse James. Jimmy
Jimmy
Hart would
Hart.
probably be a manager of the team.
I guess so. Yeah. He'd definitely be the manager.
Chris Jericho is a huge rock star.
Nah, he just dabbles in it.
He's dabbling in bit. I mean, he's too busy dabbling in being AEW champion right now to do that stuff. Aiden English.
Yeah.
For the
Yeah,
opera singing
technically
gimmick.
speaking, you know.
Yeah. He's musical.
Mankind used to play the piano even.
Oh, Vince McMahon for the stand back thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What an
definitely.
artist.
Oh, well, you don't want to make this team just unbeatable.
No, but will they be in like a dance off? Jillian Hall, if you get a female on the team, she's a musician of
Let's
sorts.
see. I'm going to try to look up some lists here of some musical based things. There's a 3 count.
Oh, of course.
Would you say would you put the Mountie on that? Because Mountie sung himself to the ring, didn't he?
Well,
Nah.
I
He always
think
gets
that
his
song should have gotten a Grammy.
What about John Cena? He had the rapper thing. Does rapping count?
You Can't See Me album. I must have gone bronze at least.
I feel like we might enter a debate about whether rap counts as music at this point in time.
Well, if we're gonna go there, can we add any of the West Texas Rednecks from WCW?
Can we go with
What about
rap is crap?
Yeah.
what about R-Truth?
Oh, yeah.
Because he's what's up.
People
According
over
to
there,
people
what's
over there.
Wow, I don't even know some of these names. Michael Saxon? Who's this?
I bet he had a saxophone or something like that. That's like, oh,
That's
you've got
awesome.
sax in your back now, so we'll give you a saxophone, and that'll be your big gimmick.
You're the sax man, Michael Saxon.
Van Hammer. I haven't heard that name in a
Woo!
long time.
Oh wow,
Whoa, jeez.
that's like coming out of nowhere with that one.
It works.
Yeah, it definitely fits the brief, but it's like, where the hell did he come from?
If Van Hammer's on the team, I add Man Mountain Rock. Just like, let's get full on cheesy 80s. And speaking of cheesy 80s, how can we not say Michael P.S. Hayes?
Oh yeah, the Freebirds definitely had something going on there as well.
This seems very like, why are we splitting the difference when it comes to it? But should we even constitute the idea of being like, all right, well, we need a team for like rock stars versus team rappers?
Well, I
Like
think
a
there's enough
full-on-
that you can probably do it.
Because like you could put like John Cena and R-Truth and maybe like Men on a Mission. Throw a little Mabel in there.
Yeah.
Have them as part of
We're like 5 or 6 minutes into this, and we've already gotten through the Mabel hurdle.
I mean, you could add Rikishi to it and put a little ass on it.
That's true. You know, you go into those WWE Originals albums, and then you can constitute Rey Mysterio in this, the Dudley Boys, Lita.
Yeah, they all suck.
That wasn't a great outing by WWE's music team.
Actually, I'd almost add a Coco Beware onto it, because he was always the guy they turned to do some proper big singing when they were doing the 80s, like the rock and wrestling stuff. Like, isn't he the one that sang Pole Driver?
Yeah.
So, but to be fair, his gimmick wasn't really. He was just a good singer, alongside the fact that he had a bird on his arm. So
if I was going to do like a team rock versus team rap, I would say you do the Freebirds of Hayes and let's go full on cheese. Hayes and Garvin, era Freebirds, Van Hammer, Man Mountain Rock, and I'm trying to think of one more guy with like a big electric guitar.
See, I kind of feel like there needs to be a team of Jeff Jarrett, Elias, Honky Tonk Man, Jesse James, and somebody. I feel like they all are very close to each other.
I kind of feel like I'd want a bit more of a diverse. If I'm going,
I don't
if
like
it's team
country.
musician, I'd almost like to make him a band. It's like
there's 3MB.
There's 3MB.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So you have Heath Slater is like your lead vocalist on the team. Then you have actually Jeff Jarrett would probably be the lead vocalist.
Well, then technically Jesse James will be the
Jeff
Jarrett can't be if it's Jesse James.
I'd probably go with like Jeff Jarrett, Elias, and Honky Tonk Man would have to be in it, but they would just be like the guitarists, and then you could have I think R-Truth is somebody who's just had that gimmick pretty consistently, like as a musical side. And then like Van Ham would be funny, but there are quite a lot of options. There's surprisingly more options than you probably would expect.
This sounds ridiculous, but I'm almost like mapping this out as being like, all right, we got the option here. We could do team musician versus team rapper. We got Jimmy Hart and the roadie on the outside because he is a roadie. He doesn't have to be in the match.
Fair.
Jarrett and Elias and Honky Tonk Man and 2 more for one team.
Van Hammer and Man Mountain Rock.
And then team rapper, you got John Cena, R-Truth.
It should be Jesse James should be on that one really, because Road Dogg was a rapper really.
Can we split the difference and have the Road Dogg on one and Jesse James on the
other? All right. What about PN News?
PN News.
That's right. Google it.
Oh, what about Slam Master J?
Oh,
absolutely not. PN
He's a rapper in at least theory.
Who the hell's PN News? Cannonball Grizzly? That doesn't help.
Hey, he's a big old guy, big fat guy who was doing a rapper gimmick in WCW, which was basically him coming to the ring saying repeatedly, "Yo baby, yo," then audience, "Yo baby, yo."
Oh, so he's like Wally.
What about the real one, Enzo Amore?
Oh, how did we not mention Enzo Amore and his
he's gotta be on
penis?
He's got to be somebody on Team Rapper.
Like
well, we can get rid of everybody but Mabel on Man on a Mission.
Yeah.
We're gonna say Mabel quite a few times on this one.
Actually, we might, depending on the other ones we go. Mabel's a perpetual maybe for a variety of lists, like Dream Team. Crap! I almost kind of looking at this PN News guy. I have no idea who the hell this guy is, and I almost kind of want to make sure that he's on Team Rapper. He looks like he just like if somebody said, "Yeah, make 90s." He's got the colors.
90s.
Yeah, just here's 90s. It's gonna be like the Will Smith rap stuff. At the very least, we know Jeff Jarrett, Honky Tonk Man, Elias, and 2 others are going to be on one team. We got a rapper team of John Cena, R-Truth, etc., etc. Enzo, yeah. I'm voting PN News and Mabel as the other 2 on that team rapper.
All I can think about is Jeff Jarrett, the Honky Tonk Man, and Elias being the worst Dixie Chicks cover band of all time. Just like really bad country from those 3.
Poor man Mount Rock. I don't think anybody would give a chance to put him on any of these teams no matter what.
I wonder if sitting in like the warehouse somewhere, that WWF logo guitar is just sitting there collecting dust.
Every once in a while, some dude just comes by and just like, shreds it. What do you think? We move on to another team?
Yeah. Let's do King's Court. I'll start. Mabel.
He's an option. Mabel's a possibility.
So we're doing King's Court. First name, I think, solid name for all of us has to be Jerry Lawler, right?
I mean, he has to be a part of it, right?
He has to.
Yeah. Let me look up
I would also
Kings.
say Macho King Randy Savage.
Isn't this just going to be the same as our Mount Rushmore on King of the Rings?
No, it doesn't have to be the best.
They don't have to be great. We put Mabel on there.
You put Mabel on there.
Why wouldn't you?
Everybody should put Mabel on there.
I'd put Harley Race on there.
Yeah.
The King Harley Race.
We got. Well, let's go through this list a little bit. I think we probably would not pick Barrett. Especially because we all kind of agree that Bad News Barrett just kind of got hindered with the King gimmick.
Would you put Triple H is the King of Kings? You have to put Triple H on there.
Yeah,
Triple H
anyone
is definitely a possibility. Let's rule out Sheamus, I think, right?
Yeah. King Booker.
Booker is definitely in the running for me.
You
Harley
definitely
Race is definitely in the running.
Take Corbin out of it.
Yeah, take Corbin out.
I'd take Regal out of it as well.
Yeah, I'd take him out. I think I'd take Duggan out.
Brock shouldn't be in it.
Brock. I don't think we're gonna get King Curtis Iakia.
I don't think Austin should be in it either because he's not really a kingly person, but obviously that was an important one. Owen Hart is a shout though.
Owen Hart's definitely a possibility. I'd say no to Kurt Angle.
I would agree.
I thought he looked good in a crown and that robe. He kind of played up the gimmick more than some of the other ones.
They didn't have him do more with it, honestly.
What about King Kong Bundy? He should be on the King of the.
Yeah, he's a king.
Yeah.
I'd say no to Edge and Billy Gunn.
I always say no to Billy Gunn.
So, I mean, crap, that pretty much narrows it down. We got Lawler, Triple H, Booker T, Mabel, Macho King, Harley Race, Haku, possibility maybe, and Owen. I mean, I kind of feel like Lawler's a guarantee. Harley Race should be on there. Maybe Triple H, Booker T, and either Macho or Owen.
I would say, like I said, Macho for sure. Lawler, obviously. I'd put Race on there. I would put.
Then you got Booker, Triple H, and Owen.
I'd put.
Only 2 spots though.
I'd put Hunter also because he's got the snobbish blue blood to play off of as well, and probably Owen because the King of Hearts is just too good.
And boot out Booker.
Boot out Booker.
What do you think, Callum?
Triple H, Booker T, Harley Race, Jerry Lawler, and
Either Macho or Owen.
Macho King then, out of the 2 of them.
This is a great team of wrestlers.
Yeah, that's a hell of a team. You got like power in Triple H. You got speed in either Booker T or Owen. You got finesse in Macho. You got like brawling style in Harley Race, and you got a little pain in the ass with Jerry Lawler. But he'd be like the mouthpiece of the whole team, the one that would cut that promo ahead of time, where it would be like, the King's Court, I'm the king, and we're all gonna win. Ha ha ha! Like, that kind of thing. Speaking of laughing, we didn't do the $1 million team the last time.
Well, obviously, with that name, you got to start it with Teddy DiBiase.
But do you put DiBiase on the team, or do you make him the manager and open up another spot?
I always want DiBiase in the ring. If we're living in a time machine world where we can get him like an 88 Ted DiBiase, I want him in the ring.
So what about Ted DiBiase Jr.?
I would not. I'll pass. I'm Ted Jr.
I mean, realistically,
members of the $1 million corporation right now for people that we have options, but
let me tell you, he got them at a bargain.
I would say you'd have to put IRS on the team.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, he has to be, even though he's going to be a weak link. He has to be on the team.
Rotunda's not bad, and Money Inc. was a good team. I would put him on there. You can love or hate him, but I think if we're talking money, you got to go strong 2004 JBL.
Well, here's the thing. Do you go with people that are only in $1 million corporation in some fashion, or do you go with anybody who's like the team rich dude?
Well, I'm pitching it as Team Rich Dude because if I was gonna do just like the best of the $1 million corporation, for me that'd be real easy. That'd be you put DiBiase on the outside. You have it Sid the Kid, comma
They all rhyme.
Tatanka.
Sid the Kid and Zid and Mid. Well, the options. All right. How
IRS.
about we split the difference of that too? How about we do Team $1 million team and then Team Rich Guys after that? So $1 million team, we got Ted DiBiase as an option. IRS is a guarantee. I guess technically could put Ted DiBiase Jr. because he had his own $1 million sort of situation, but
Virgil.
There's Virgil. There's The Undertaker. Technically speaking.
It was for a little while, yeah.
There's Nikolai Volkov, Santa Claus. I don't think we're gonna put Santa Claus in there.
The Supreme Fighting Machine, Karma.
Yeah.
What does Karma stand for? Anybody?
Kill a man after.
This is legit. Kick any man's ass.
Nice. That's awesome.
Bundy was in the $1 million.
Yeah, Bundy was there.
King Kong Bundy, Bam Bam Bigelow, the Ringmaster, Steve Austin.
Yeah,
Tatanka.
I'd rather forget that.
Henry O. Godwin, Hunter Helmsley.
No, Hunter wasn't in the corporation.
It's listed on Wikipedia at the very least.
Well, Wikipedia is wrong.
I kind of view this as, all right, if we're going to stick with people who are more around DiBiase on a regular basis, IRS and Virgil are guarantees.
Yeah.
Because even though Virgil feuded with him quite a bit, I mean, more likely often he's associated with them.
Like, straight off the bat, we're shooting for the worst Survivor Series team in history of those two, but next to each other.
Yeah.
So you might as well go like whole hog on this one and put King Kong Bundy in at the time that he was in the corporation.
95. Yeah.
You know, when he was basically just a ball in the ring.
So then fuck it if we're going all the way to Tonka, because he's not totally offensive but not memorable. And then
I think I'd put Kama on there though.
Oh, Kama I put on it.
That's if you want anybody good on the team.
Well, he's the worst out. That's the worst out of all that Charles Wright's gimmicks. So I'd even put Pachanko as more memorable than Karma, the Supreme Fighting Machine.
So if we had IRS, Virgil, King Kong Bundy, and Kama, we would have one more spot left, which could either go to DiBiase himself, or he could be on the outside. We could put somebody like Ringmaster or Tatanka, or
it'd be great to just have that entire team and then just put either Steve Austin or the Kid on it, and then they'd just be doing 95% of the entire match.
There's Undertaker you can throw in there too. Just got to be like, all right, make this
let's go
completely
with
out of the
fake Undertaker. Like, let's just
fake Taker. Yeah, okay, we have that fake Taker.
Let's just whole hog. This is the worst group of guys you can get, and this man supposedly has a lot of money, and this is what you've assembled.
A team of IRS. So you got the guy doing the taxes. Virgil, you got your right-hand man. King Kong Bundy, your muscle, so to speak. Kama, your other muscle, I guess, so to speak, but your prize fighter.
And then
a fake Undertaker.
I mean, I think if you wanted to go like super bad, you take out Karma and you put in Sid instead.
That makes sense.
See, but I think even Sid at this stage in his career, you know what? Take out Karma, put in the Ringmaster.
Or like, if you take out Karma and put in Tatanka.
Oh, like I said, Tatanka's not offensive, but he's not great in the ring.
Hang on, he didn't have Santa Claus. He had Santa Claus.
Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, we got Balls Mahoney as Santa Claus. Yeah. I think we got to go with that.
But if we do Team Rich Guys, that opens it up a little bit more.
Then I'm going 88 DiBiase, 04 JBL.
I feel like those two have to be on there. And then we need 3 more. Maybe
you put Vince on there.
Nah, you have to. I'll put Vince. You know what? Vince can be the manager.
What about Del Rio?
It's a good option.
it's a good option. I don't know how well he get along with JBL, but it's a good option.
Let's see here. We got a list of rich gimmicks. I mean,
Ric
technically,
Ric Flair has to be on this.
Oh fuck yeah, Ric Flair. All right, he has to.
Limousine
Flair,
riding,
JBL, DiBiase, Vince on the outside, and two more.
Some of these people that people are putting down on here, they are not rich gimmicks. Like, The Miz is not really like a rich gimmick. The Ringmaster's not a rich gimmick.
Nah, it's probably just because he was on the $1 million corporation. I'm trying to think of other ones that were just like really super obnoxious with money.
EC3.
He's the top 1%.
There's a Mean Street Posse.
You could put MJF on there.
Oh my god, yeah.
Well, you know, at the very least, I mean, Flair is a guarantee. JBL's a guarantee. DiBiase's a guarantee.
Yeah. Trying to just think of any other ones that really kind of just jump off the page, like
Bobby Roode.
He did. Oh yeah, he did do that for a while. Definitely in the TNA thing of.
And even early NXT, I think the original like glorious thing was like, "Hey, I have more money than you."
What about
Junior?
Yeah. What about Jamie Noble after he won the lottery?
Huh? That must not have been when I was watching.
yeah. That was like a year after he debuted. Just him and Nydia just won the lottery and bought like fur coats and stuff like that. It was stupid, but you know,
kind of stupid.
Be like the country club, and you got like Del Rio hanging out there with his like sweater on, or not his sweater, his scarf, and DiBiase's like flaunting his money in his big coat, and Ric Flair's got his robe, and then there's Jamie Noble just trying to pretend that he's like a part of the same group.
Yeah. Oh, I'm trying to think if there's any other ones. I'm
blanking on that.
Yeah, there's probably not as many as maybe we would have expected. But I think if you throw in a mixture of like DiBiase and JBL,
Triple H, like Blue Blood Hunter,
I don't think it was really rich. He was kind of just like entitled. It's already it's like there are a few people like that that are just kind of born into money or whatever.
I think I'd put Del Rio on it, despite how much I don't really love Alberto Del Rio, because when he came in, he was very much about the whole money thing, where it was like the car and the mansion promos, and
I do miss that stuff.
I think I'd put Del Rio. I think I'd DiBiase, JBL, Flair, Del Rio, and then somebody else. I don't think I'd put MVP on there. I don't associate MVP with money all the time, as more so just like cocky athlete dude.
Yeah, I'd probably go with. There might be a chance for IRS in this one as well. I know he's not obviously the rich one, but he's the one protecting all the guys' money.
Yeah.
So maybe you could do that. But,
if anybody should know how to figure out a good way to get around the taxes, it should be him.
But I think you could do that with I probably would actually go with him as like just the overall protector of their wealth. And if not, then you can go with like a Triple H just to add that aspect to it, or I can't remember any other ones that are really like super obnoxious with their money. I might even just throw MJF just for a new school person.
I would absolutely put MJF on this.
If we could do the whole like cross-platformy type of stuff and not WWE, WWE.
We do have a time machine.
Yeah, we do. Well, we go back to what? A couple weeks ago? He's already on there. If you have all the spare change and you are one of the Team Rich Guys members, then if you have a time machine as well, then hit up the merch shop. You know, TeePublic and Redbubble, pick up a T-shirt or something like that. And lots of different varieties of different options and lots of different designs for those different products. So, you know, money, 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 money. I just got copyright infringement.
No,
Let's move on to let's see where I land. I landed on Class of 2002, suggested by Guest 5.
All right. I would immediately say Brock Lesnar.
You're going to have to figure out the majority of this one for me. I don't know too much about 2002.
Welcome to 2002 Wrestling Odyssey. Brock Lesnar's on this list. That's
Brock
fair,
should
right,
be on it. Yeah, Brock was his breakout year in the company. Became the youngest WWE champion of all time. So yeah, I'd put him on there. I think you have
on this list.
He's definitely at this point was probably the best wrestler in the world. So there is a good argument to put him on there. But it's almost like 2003 and was a bigger year. Maybe 2001 was a bigger year for him, but 2002 was great in the ring. You have
Actually, Guest 5's thing is Class of 2002, and he had suggested Benjamin, Lesnar, etc.
Oh,
So
so
I'm
these
assuming-
are
from
WWE
okay.
guys.
Yeah, I
Oh,
just
okay,
noticed that
so
now.
it's Benjamin, Lesnar, Cena, Orton, Batista.
It's whether Benjamin is the kind of odd one out on this one because Benjamin doesn't technically debut until 2003.
So if we take it by like that great first OVW class when Cornette bought the promotion and all that, I think Cena's obviously on this list because he's the biggest star in the world.
Cena, Orton, Batista, and Lesnar have to be like 4 locks on this.
And then you can argue names, as funny as it sounds now, you can argue names like Benjamin, Rico. There's one I'm missing that there was Slash, did a lot of stuff with TNA.
Realistically, one of the, as crazy as it sounds now, one of the top stars of OVW in that time period was, well, 2 of the biggest stars were Doug and Danny Basham.
The Bashams, and like,
yeah.
All right, as weird as this is going to be, I think I'm going to do it. What about Eugene? Nick Densmore was like Cornette's Benoit style wrestler.
Yeah, he was definitely like a crazily skilled technical wrestler. But
yeah, of course they gave him Eugene.
It's actually when people refer to this, well, the class that Guest 5 is suggesting of like the class 2002, it's the OVW 4, which we've already mentioned. So you're pretty much just throwing another guy in it who just never really reached the same level as these guys did. So Benjamin is probably the most successful in terms of an overall career out of this group. So yeah, you're probably saying those 4 and Benjamin if you want to go with the most ones.
I think I'd overall pick Benjamin over Eugene if I were trying to figure out like a Survivor Series team. Although if you wanted to like play around with the idea, it would be like these big titans of Lesnar and Orton and Cena and Batista, and then it's like, and Eugene. And you'd be like, wait, what? Like, that'd be kind of fun.
And with Cornette on the outside, obviously.
Oh, it's got to be corny.
Yeah.
If that's the case. Let's go. That was a quick one, actually. Funny enough. Let's go with Team Psycho Bitches.
Yes.
So obviously that's not just like, oh, is there any random diva? It's like the ones that specifically had the gimmicks of being like, oh my god, she's such a psycho bitch. You know?
So every diva then. No, I'm joking. No, it's Mickey James is captain of Team Psycho Bitches.
Yeah,
probably.
I think AJ Lee's the captain of the Team Psycho Bitch.
Both have to be on the team.
They're on the
absolutely.
team.
Victoria has to be on this team as well.
Absolutely. Nikki Cross has to be on this team.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah,
it's
probably.
a slightly different one, more like a feral animal as opposed to like just someone who's crazy in the head.
Oh, crap, that's 4 out of 5 already. Who else has those kind of crazy?
I mean,
gimmicks?
if you go with Ivory, maybe with
Did
the
she
right
like,
center
go
stuff.
bonkers though?
Well, she was kind of just like really angry all the time. So I don't know if you want to class that as going crazy or not. But I'm trying to think of any other ones that.
Because Paige was never really crazy.
Oh, Alicia Fox.
Oh, Alicia Fox.
Yeah, I don't know if we can get much better than throwing Alicia Fox on that list too. Because I'm looking up just a bunch of names and right now, and it's like Bailey didn't go crazy.
They started to go there. They jumped right off of it, but they started.
Well, if you believe Ryan Satin, they went pretty crazy at WrestleMania. So
yeah, there is that.
Alexa never went crazy. Carmella never went crazy. Naomi's not nuts. Becky Lynch. Alexa, stop. I'm not talking to you. Bella Twins never went nuts. I mean, there is technically Sarah Logan has the crazy Mary Dobson thing, but she never really did in WWE.
No, I mean, you could say Sherry Martel maybe.
Oh, Sherry could probably be like on their outside their manager.
Well, I was thinking the manager would be Vicky Guerrero.
Oh my God, yes. I want Sherry Martel on this team.
Who do you bump though? You got Mickey, James, AJ Lee, Victoria, Nikki Cross, Lacey Fox.
Out of those, I'd go Nikki because Nikki's now normal. She's now normal Nikki.
Normal Nikki. There's her gimmick. Team normal team.
Normal Nikki. Just you see what friendship does to people. Levels of that.
There's a PSA in the waiting about this. Befriend the people, and then they'll turn normal. It works out that way.
Just to add a bit of like old school into it. What about Luna Vachon?
Oh, what a
fuck,
fucking
Luna.
She's crazy.
Oh, yeah. Crap, that's tough.
Yeah, I think I might have to bump Sherry for Luna. Especially with that look.
And that voice.
Mm.
Sounded like she smoked like 7 packs of cigarettes a day. So Jesus God, I hated that so much. She was great.
So do you think we'll be able to add Brandy Rhodes to this list in a couple of years?
Oh, yeah, reluctantly, yes.
The Nightmare Collective. We're not crazy. We're dark and interesting and not anything like the Dark Order.
I know these ones won't be probably mentioned, but they won't supplant any ones we've already mentioned. But Bull Nakano.
I would put her on any wrestling team ever, but I don't know. She's really crazy.
Would you say Awesome Kong maybe?
Nah, not crazy.
The Nightmare Collective.
What about if we're going in? Well, one who was a bit just nuts on a show which nobody watched. Maxine on NXT with Derek Bacon.
I loved Maxine on NXT.
And you can also add in the fact that she's also Katrina on Lucha Underground.
Oh my God.
Like if you went Lucha Underground, you could literally fill the entire team based on some of the characters on there. Especially Sexy Star, because she's a real life psycho bitch as well. So
oh yeah. Sexy Star might be in the running for this.
You mentioned Bull Nakano. Real quick, team women's wrestlers in those mid-90s. You got Alundra Blaze, Aja Kong, Bull Nakano, Bertha Faye, and did we have even a fifth?
Yeah, Toyota.
Who?
Remember
you just said a load of like syllables there that made
that.
Yeah.
Oh, did I think I said Toyota?
I'm still lost.
You say Manami Toyota, who Tony obviously doesn't remember from our big Mount Rushmore women's wrestlers, but that's mainly for the fact that she never wrestled for WWE. So if you want to go with just a WWE based one from the 90s, you probably would go with. It's hard because like when did they reinstate the women's championship after getting rid of it for a little while?
I mean, wouldn't it? I guess technically be Alundra Blaze, Aja Kong, Bull Nakano, Bertha Faye, and Luna Vachon. Probably, right?
Yeah, you could probably put Luna on there.
Yeah, you could definitely put Luna on that one, yeah.
Yeah, there you go, Luna. You got on 2 different teams in the course of 3 minutes. Let's see. Let's move to another one. Let's go to... Where am I going to land? Tell me when to stop.
Stop.
I got on the NXT 5. So pick, I guess, 5 people from NXT to represent NXT.
Well, the original NXT 5, if you were going back to, like, I don't know, if we're doing this in 2013 or whatever, would have been Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens,
Neville.
Hideo Itami, Neville, and Finn Balor. Because that was like that classic shot of all 5 of those guys. I think this is the future of wrestling. And it was partially right, partially
Mostly
wrong.
accurate, except for Sammy.
Well, and Itami.
And then we had another group of an NXT 5: Gargano, Ciampa, Cole, probably Velveteen Dream, and Black.
Yeah, you could definitely. It's really, really tough for an NXT 5. Like, we should technically be doing like an NXT 5 for the men and an NXT 5 for the women as well.
If we're gonna do it for the women, I mean,
it's the 4 horsewomen and Shayna Baszler, I think.
Well, no, because then you have Asuka as well.
Yeah, shit.
So I think if you were doing that, it would be Sasha. You'd take Becky Lynch out of it.
Yeah, you have to take Becky out because she didn't win the belt. So it's Sasha, Charlotte, Bayley, Asuka, and Shayna.
Yeah, that's probably you'd go your 5 best champions. In the same vein, I'd probably say that the NXT 5 has to be 5 NXT champions.
There's Samoa Joe was a big part of that for a little bit.
Got Nakamura there. You got I think even though Velveteen Dream has been a big deal, I wouldn't put him on it just because he hasn't been NXT champion yet.
Nah, yeah, I think man, that's tough because I'm looking at this already and I'm like Gargano, Ciampa, Cole, and I'm like,
and then you're left with 2.
Yeah, I think those 3 have to be on it. And
Gargano at least has to be on the team.
See, a lot of me would want to put Owens on this team, but Owens was in NXT for about not even a year.
I think we could agree Black is a no.
I wouldn't quite agree with that. I think Black is a very. I put him as a pretty big shout. I'd say the 4th lock is Finn Balor.
Balor would probably be. I'd probably go Balor, then I'd maybe go. Actually, we got to think back on previous things. I mean, Bo Dallas was a big part of this, and Seth Rollins was a big part of it, and
Big E is a former
Big
NXT
E was a part of it, and also an E.
Well, realistically,
what?
I mean,
a big part in the Big E.
Realistically, it's probably Neville would be the other one.
I'd say either, I'd probably either go Gargano, Ciampa, Cole, Balor, and then either Neville or Owens.
I'd go Neville. I'd go Neville or Black. Oh,
Zayn was there for a long time.
Yeah, but he was champion for 1 or 2 months.
Oh, so if we're mandating that.
Well, I'm not saying it has to be. I'm not saying it has to be like the best champions of all time, but I'm just saying that I feel like Black. I think Black overall was treated as a bigger deal on NXT for his run. Like, it's still leaving out a lot of people. Like, we're leaving out Drew McIntyre, we're leaving out Shinsuke Nakamura, no Bobby Roode, no Samoa Joe.
See, I'd rule Black out for the idea that even when he was champion and he was feuding with, he had that match with Lars Sullivan, that wasn't the main event.
No, that's fair.
Gargano and Ciampa took precedent over him.
But by the same token, I'd rule out Owens because he wasn't there long enough to make a real mark. He made a mark in NXT, but he wasn't there for a considerable amount of time.
He did kind of just use that as a launching pad to get straight to the main roster.
Yeah. So
yeah, I think I'd go either Neville or Zayn then.
Yeah, Neville. Yeah, I'd go Neville out of those 2.
What do you think, Rob? Who's that 5th person? If we got Gargano, Ciampa, Cole, Balor, then either Neville or Zayn, probably it seems.
Are you going Neville?
I'm almost kind of leaning more towards Zayn because I think that Zayn working his way through while Neville was champion, he was kind of like that other guy.
I'm gonna go Zayn too because even though Neville was important and he was the guy that they crowned on the first special, I think in the long run it almost seems inconsequential.
Lots of good people to pick from, man. We didn't even bring up Andrade. We didn't even bring up how certain people that weren't champion, Tyler Breeze. Baron Corbin was a decent part for NXT for a little bit. We had, there's been lots of people, man.
I mean, you can make the argument to take 2 people out and put the Revival on there as a tag team to represent.
Oh yeah,
the Ascension were a big part of the tag team division.
If we did team early days of NXT, I would almost suggest the Ascension would have to be on there. They were huge.
Bull Dempsey.
Oh, Bull Dempsey.
For a while, he was holding up quite a bit of the entertaining stuff there. You want to talk
Conan
about
Reeves.
jobbers in NXT?
You know,
you got to put what's this? CJ Parker.
Yeah.
Who would have thought, huh?
Fuck it, why not? Team NXT jobbers.
Team NXT
Conan
jobbers.
Reeves.
You've got to put Raul Mendoza on that. He's like the ultimate NXT jobber.
CJ Parker's on the list for sure.
CJ will be on there. CJ Parker, I'd put Raul Mendoza.
Sean Maluda.
I wouldn't count him because he's still, for some reason, technically not a part of the roster. I don't know why they haven't signed that guy.
Would you put Dan Mather on this?
Yeah.
Not for the one time he showed up, no.
He's gonna be the biggest thing ever.
But
shit.
Carolina shows up twice and she wins every single worst thing.
Hey, spoilers. Yeah, she does though.
Yes. But no, I'm trying to think of other like prominent jobbers.
I mean, definitely CJ Parker's on there, but
Sawyer Fulton.
he was kind of shitting up a lot of the places.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
Ty Dillinger.
Would you put Bo Dallas on there?
Nah, not Bo Dallas. When he was in NXT, he was a big deal. Like,
yeah, I guess that's the case.
You could say Ty Dillinger almost for most of his career was a big NXT jobber. It's hard because the jobbers are pretty unmemorable for the most part.
Blue Pants. Blue Bates.
El Local.
What's
it?
it?
Local.
Ricardo Rodriguez under.
Yeah, that was Ricardo Rodriguez under a mask here. Is there anyone you could probably say like the like maybe Cassius Ohno even could be captain of Team NXT jobber.
I'm looking up a list of total jobber people now. Unnamed ring announcer. Who the fuck's this?
Poor guy.
I remember that guy. Yeah. There's probably tons and tons that we're just forgetting because they are just.
They used to have
Steve Cutler for a while was a big jobber as well. And I kind of wish he still was.
Oh, Bugenhagen. Boogs.
Oh, yeah. Rick Boogs.
Where the hell's that guy been?
He was in the ring celebrating Rhea Ripley's title win. I saw him like going crazy at the front of with everyone else.
That's weird. Like that guy was starting to catch on, and then they just said, "Yeah, go fuck off for a year."
Well, he's doing a lot on the house shows. I gotta go to one of those because the house shows are wildly different from the TV.
Man, I'm not coming across a whole lot of lists that are making me think that it's like, oh, that guy's definite, nothing like that.
It's odd that the internet does not have like a list of the greatest NXT jobbers. It's almost like there isn't really a market for this guy.
I'm looking at this actually, and I think I'm looking at the one Tony was looking at because it's got like unnamed ring announcer Sarah
Baron
Logan,
Corbin, yeah,
Lacey Evans under her real name.
Yeah, I think that one's focused more on people who became something afterward. And I guess most of the people that were jobbing on NXT were the people that were like in developmental and nobody remembers what their old names used to be and nobody cares anyway. So I guess it's like whatever people we want to toss in there.
Wasn't Jason Jordan jobbing for a
while? He might have been. I don't know. When I kind of got a little bit more directly into NXT, he was leaning towards teaming with Gable. So there's a chunk of NXT that I just wasn't watching.
Oh, the unnamed ring announcer. Tony, you don't know who that is? That's Alexa.
So why is she listed as a jobber?
I think just because
she was a jobber for a little while in NXT.
Huh.
Yeah, that's Alexa.
In her like Sugar Plum Fairy outfit.
Oh, she was cute. Let's go with Team Stupid. We had that written down as one of our options.
Okay, so Rob,
All right, so
Tony,
me, you,
yeah. Drew's captain of Team Stupid.
Glad we're on the same page. Here we go.
No, I would say we must avoid putting Eugene on this crew for this.
Yeah.
Because that's
I wouldn't even put him down on there because he wasn't really supposed to be stupid.
No, he was special.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For that matter, the same thing with Festus. He wasn't stupid. He was just, he had a condition.
No, these are people that are actually just legitimately just, just making mistakes and stuff like that.
R-Truth.
Trying to think.
R-Truth, I think, would potentially be on that list.
Yeah, R-Truth could be, yeah.
Because even though it's like the whole idea of like, oh, he's clearly nuts or something like that, it's like, yeah, but you know what? He can just kind of come out of nowhere and just be like, hey, this is blah, 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 blah. If it was intergender, Maria Kanellis would have to be on there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you for the airhead gimmick, that's probably quite high up there. Would you say maybe Zack Ryder? For that, like, falling under Eve's, like, manipulation and stuff like that for a little while?
It's arguable.
It was like, what about the Godwins?
I think that they were just on. Did we do a Team Smark guy before? Because I think if not, then I'm going to write that down. We're going to do that next too.
Yeah. What about, based on his ability to do math, maybe Scott Steiner should be on this this list as well?
I don't know, man. I think he changed the game with how he does math.
I think there's 123 and a third % chance that he's on this team. If I'm honest. It's hard because they all do dumb stuff. Really, it's like it's every single babyface that gets distracted by someone's entrance music coming out. They could be on this list.
I'm surprised I'm not coming across a whole lot of lists out there about this. It's mostly like wrestlers who are actually dumb.
Yeah, and it's more like dumb gimmicks as opposed to like wrestlers that were just portrayed as being pretty stupid.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of like anything that they would have done which would have been like was that something that somebody did that was just like really stupid. Would you put Santino maybe on this?
Yes.
Yeah, I think I'd probably put Santino on there.
Because he was a bit of just like a goofball. And
Jamie Noble.
Jamie Noble could definitely be on this list.
Oh, Jamie Noble, yeah, he has to be on there. That's a good call.
Heath Slater should be on this, really. But every single week that he came out on the Raw 25 and said that he was going to take someone out, and like in the lead up to that's definitely high up there.
That poor guy.
Do we put Kamala on there for not knowing what Jerry Lawler was putting on drawing?
No.
Yeah, wow, I'm not coming across like almost any dumb person gimmick lists.
It's hard because a lot of people are goofy, and it's hard to say if they're really stupid. Like we do 2001 Wrestling Odyssey. Booker T might have a place on this list given some of his...
yeah, Booker T could have been on this, yeah, definitely.
What's 2 + 2, Callum?
Thomas Jefferson, sucker. Yeah, but I'm trying to think of like any other ones that are just like, because it's not like there's like huge like quiz based ones where people will make mistakes. I mean, Booker T's definitely high up there based on certain things they've done. A lot of the insults leveled at him was due to like a lack of education and stuff like that. And to be fair, he doesn't really hide away from it with the shucky ducky quack quack stuff that he does as an analyst.
He's embraced it though.
Yeah,
he's so fun.
I'd always put Stevie Ray on that as well.
We got 3 solid people though with R-Truth, Santino, and Jamie Noble. That's guaranteed.
Yeah.
Sucker's gots to know, man.
Trying to think if there's like anyone from like either WCW or ECW that's particularly stupid.
Stevie Richards was a buffoon for a while.
Yeah, but he was also a smart guy doing the right censor stuff for a while as well, so he's kind of like flip-flop between them.
Who would we go with for Team Smart while we're at it?
You'd go Matt Striker.
Oh, yeah?
Probably be in that one. The Genius. But he'd been the manager, I assume.
Eric Rowan was trying to do a super smart thing for a while.
Who was that? Eric Rowan?
Eric Rowan.
Oh, yeah.
Remember, he was like solving Rubik's Cube and
the savant Eric Rowan.
He is a member of Benson.
David Otunga always talking about the Harvard-educated kind of stuff.
I mean, if you were going like realistic, like actual, like smart wrestlers, then Kane would probably be on this.
Yeah. More so than the gimmick side, though.
Oh, yeah.
Like the Matt Striker. Well, I mean, Matt Striker's smart, but like,
if it was intergender, Michelle McCool, because she was a teacher for a while.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, if we're going on teachers, Dean Douglas.
Yeah.
Dean Douglas, yeah. I mean, he fit the same thing. He's doing a bunch of stuff of like, I'm going to teach you this, I'm going to teach you that.
Oh my God, Bob Backlund is the captain of this team,
and Damian Sandow has to be on it.
Yeah, Damian Sandow would be on it. I thought Christopher Nowinski. Harvard, Harvard educated. Trying to see if there's any other ones.
That bumps the Genius off for sure. He wouldn't have to be on that. He would be on the side. Right.
Yeah.
But he just needs to announce a poem.
Matt Striker, for that matter, could be on the outside too in that kind of capacity. I kind of feel like Sandow, Backlund, Nowinski, Douglas, maybe Rowan, and then put the other people on the outside.
I'm not sure about Rowan in terms of just like it was just that one gimmick which lasted like a couple of months.
And when he was associated with Daniel Bryan.
I guess so. Yeah, he just said that he was like a gentle giant.
For all you know, his brain is in that cage.
That'd be a great twist. His own brain is in there.
Yeah, I think that'd be a pretty solid team. It's funny enough easier to come up with a team smart guy than a team stupid.
Because we're stupid.
I'm looking at another list right now just to see if I can rule any of the other ones out. It's a lot of the same names, Damian Sandow, the Genius. I mean, the IRS technically, but we already put him on a bunch of things. JBL. We could on the outside have Bobby the Brain Heenan.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, you should have Triple H on the team because he made the smartest move in the history of pro wrestling by marrying into the McMahon family. So,
and he is the cerebral assassin.
Yeah. Yeah, I could definitely make an argument for Triple H going on there ahead of Rowan.
So Triple H, Nowinski,
Sandow,
Striker, then Douglas or Striker.
Yeah. I go with Striker just because Striker's more condescending.
That's actually not a bad team.
No.
We got a little bit more time. We could put a couple of the other ones out here now.
We have an infinite amount of time, Tony. We have a time machine.
Let me do my little spin around here. Tell me to stop.
Stop.
Team Russia.
So Volkov.
Rusev.
He's Bulgaria.
Yeah, he was a part of the Russian Star and all that.
Yeah, but his wife was all about Putin for a while.
So Lana would be on the outside, but before she lost her accent.
Yeah.
Oh, she still has her accent when she says Rusev, but that's it.
Mm.
It's like, I'm what blah 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 blah. I mean, Rusev blah 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 blah.
So
Volkov's
Nikolai Volkov.
Yeah.
Ivan and Nikita Koloff. Rusev. And Kozlov.
He's technically Ukrainian as well. He's not.
Well, so is Volkov, but no one's saying anything.
No, that is true. It's like,
And
if you come from that part of the world, you must be Russian.
And Nikita Koloff's like from Minnesota or something, so no big deal. They're all Russian.
Put Iron Sheik in there.
He's Russian too.
Nikolai Volkov, we got Ivan Koloff, Nikita Koloff, Rusev. There's Boris Zukov.
I would not put Boris Zukov on anything.
There's Alexis Smirnov, Crusher Khrushchev.
It's a smash from Demolition.
Boris Malenko, Vladimir Kozlov, Vladimir Petrov, the Kalmakovs. We don't even know what the hell that is. There's Volkov. This WWE's list. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I kind of feel like maybe out of that list, Kozlov probably would round it out.
There are two. There's the Great Malenko and there's Boris Malenko. Are they Dean Malenko's like? Has he got Russian blood in him?
Yeah.
Is that why he's ice cold?
What about Russian Assassin 2?
I like Russian Assassin 3 better.
Well, actually, there's only Russian Assassin 1, so you would definitely be wrong there. 1 and 2.
Russian Assassin B. So we got what? Volkov, Koloff, Kozlov. They're all sound the same.
And Rusev.
Volkov and Koloff and Kozlov, Volkov.
Yeah. So it's Volkov, Koloff, Kozlov, and Jakov.
We could just combine them all. It's a Volkolov, and then it just covers every single person except for Rusev. But that doesn't really count. He's Bulgarian. He's on the outside. Wow, that's a quick one. Let's go team superhero gimmick.
The Hurricane has to be on this.
I mean, he's like the very first guarantee.
Yeah.
I would throw out not putting Rosie, unless
the superhero in training.
Use the shit.
Unless we had no other options.
I mean, they keep calling Ricochet the Raw's resident superhero, so maybe you put him on this list as well.
Absolutely.
How many real superhero characters have there been in wrestling?
Not a lot, surprisingly.
Look it up.
What about Super Cena?
There's Super Eric from TNA.
Oh god, the Prince Justice Brotherhood of him and Curry Man and Shark Boy.
Oh, Blue Blazer has to be on the list.
Oh yeah. Okay. I don't think there's any more that really kind of stood out.
I guess kinda Max Moon.
That's a stretch there.
He was supposed to be some kind of thing, right? Wasn't he?
What about Glacier?
Yeah,
it's more a video game one.
We're very quickly approaching the weirdest Justice League ever, but yeah.
There's Arachna Man.
Oh god, Arachna Man, yeah. The purple and yellow spider.
Yeah.
Do you know who was under? Do you know who was under that mask?
Who?
No idea.
I think it was Brian Armstrong. I think it's Road Dogg's brother.
Huh.
It's just part of that gimmick for a while. He's actually a good wrestler as well, but just didn't have any personality.
Who thought that was gonna work?
Who thought they wouldn't get sued for doing that? That's probably the bigger question. This one's a bit more New Japan focused, but we're at Captain New Japan.
Do you put the Bullet Club alternative on there too, or?
I don't think I'd put Bone Soldier. He's more supervillain territory than superhero.
Oh, can we get the Toxic Turtles on there? I covered this with you guys, right? The
giant
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in the WWF.
Yeah,
how did they not think they were gonna get sued for that?
It's turtles, It's like, how can you get sued for turtles? Is there any other ones? What about what about Super Hunman?
Super who? Oh, good lord! He's gonna. Well, he'd be the captain, obviously, and he'll be doing it for the Juggalos and Juggalettes.
Has he posted a new video recently? I've double checked. I think the last thing I saw was it was like barbed wire.
I think I
on
saw him
top of
get
like a
power
Christmas tree.
bombed through a barbed wire. That's the last thing I saw.
Thank you for your service.
Could you put Batista on this because he's Drax?
Oh fuck yeah! Hell yeah!
I think you gotta prioritize somebody like Arachnoman over.
Does anybody really know the Guardians of the Galaxy?
Well, yeah, you put Batista in it as Drax. You put The Rock in it as
Black Adam.
Black
Like
Adam.
John Cena as whoever he is in the upcoming Suicide Squad movie.
And Macho Man as
Bonesaw.
Bonesaw.
Oh my god, this team just got so much better.
Bonesaw McGraw.
He wasn't really a superhero though; he was just a wrestler.
Yeah.
Got beaten up by a superhero.
Yeah, that's weird enough. Wrestler being in a superhero movie, not being a superhero, but being a wrestler. Let's see another one we got here. Should we have a funny one, or should we go with one that's like, wow, that one's gonna be an actual like debate?
Let's go with the actual debate. We've done a lot of funny.
Let's go Team Psychopath.
Okay.
Start with Psycho Sid.
So we got Sid, we got Mankind, we got Kane.
You got some more obscure ones like Nails and Skinner.
Kate Vanson.
How did we get here? Like,
Mordecai,
are they really psychopaths?
Kazani.
Bam Neely.
God damn it.
Let's see. I'm gonna look at this list here.
Dean Ambrose would probably like have potential to be on this list.
Yeah, he's a lunatic
fringe.
Yeah. Any others? I wouldn't say psychopathic. He's more just a manipulator and like.
Well, his whole like the rage in the streets.
Yeah.
Never gonna stop me. I'm fucking angry for some reason. I'm walking around New York.
Never gonna stop me. You are not my real dad.
No.
I keep joking all the time that one of my go-to things with Caroline is every time I point out that somebody's like super emo and stuff, I always go, oh, they're singing this song that's just like, I'm falling to pieces, my dad doesn't get me, whatever. So we're watching Star Wars. No spoilers for anybody who hasn't seen The Rise of Skywalker yet, but with Kylo Ren, she's like, oh, he's so emo and stuff, and it's always like, why did he kill Han Solo in The Force Awakens? I'll do the spoilers for that one. If you haven't seen that movie by now, you're not fucking watching it. But it's like, oh, it's because his dad didn't get him. You don't listen to the song, Randy Orton.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'd almost put Ken Shamrock on it as well, just because of the rage.
He was in his zone, man.
Would you count Goldust?
No.
No, he's just eccentric more than psychopathic. Yeah. Snitsky has to be on this.
Oh.
At least consideration for it. And it wasn't his fault. It's not his fault he's on this list. He's just a psychopath.
All right. Well, I'm saying a lock is Sid, Mankind, and Kane.
Heidenreich. Heidenreich has to be on this list.
Yes.
Come on. Of all people, like he's the weird one, the one that was like
he raped Michael Cole. Come on.
Spouting off poetry as well. Yeah, I would.
Needs to be talked about one day. Like this dude, or at least they wanted to frame it like he was raping Michael Cole, and then read him a poem afterwards. What happened?
You know, they don't do rape in WWE. Rob.
Oh no. Just
Jake the Snake.
Jake the Snake. He's kind of like he kind of fits it pretty well because
he's a manipulator. I don't know if he's
like a psychopath in the same way that like American Psycho is, in that he most of the time he's just going around fairly normal, but then he can just snap on you.
What about Raven?
I think he's more of just like the emo side of things as opposed to a psychopath. I'd put
Boogeyman?
Rhino potentially on it. What were you saying, Toad?
Boogeyman?
Nah, not a psychopath, just a crazy dude.
Fuck. Wyatt.
Yeah.
Bray
Yeah.
Wyatt.
Yeah, Bray Wyatt.
Yeah.
Definitely. Could be the Fiend in particular. Trying to think if there's there are a few other ones. Papa Shango?
Nah, I wouldn't think. I
I
think
guess
it's
he's
more
just a
like
voodoo guy.
supernaturally. I think if we'd bump out Boogeyman, we'd bump out Papa Shango.
Yeah, probably. Kevin Sullivan. He's more
I
of
almost
like
kind of feel like we could almost do like a Team Lunatic Fringe and have like Ambrose, Orton, Brian Pillman, Bruce Cannon.
That's a good one.
Like that would almost be like a separate team on
what
its
about
own.
Dan Spivey? One who did the I can't remember what the is one
Waylon
of the-
Mercy.
Yeah, the Waylon Mercy character. Yeah.
I was gonna say Waylon Jones. That's Killer Croc.
Trying to see if there's any more. I think Mankind has to be on
Foley
an
has to
opposite
be on
team.
8 for just like the schizophrenic stuff.
Foley has to be. Kane, I think, has to be.
Yeah, they're more of like the monster psychopath type thing, like more horror movie psychopath as opposed to the other ones, which are a bit more. Maybe like there's like the differentiation whether you're going to see a monster horror movie or one where I don't know a teenager is killing off his friends type movie. Is more like the Lunatic Fringe type of things.
Split the difference between those. We got Ambrose, Orton, Pillman, and 2 others for Team Lunatic Fringe. We got Mankind, Kane. I would say Snitsky. Snitsky, the Fiend,
and Sid.
And Sid, yeah, maybe. I think that'd be a good possibility for that.
I mean, I'd put Heidenreich maybe on the upper one.
I put Heidenreich over Snitsky, I think.
Well, I could see him going onto the lunatic side of it, rather
That's
than
fair.
onto the other like the super crazy like monster ones. Even though he's like a big dude.
Maybe Jake the Snake on the Lunatic Fringe one.
Yeah, I could see either like Jake Roberts or Kevin Sullivan maybe being on those ones.
Yeah,
Why
Kevin
not
Sullivan
both of them?
might be-
Jake Roberts, Kevin Sullivan, Brian Pillman, Randy Orton, Dean Ambrose.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, that makes sense.
What about Drew McIntyre, the Scottish psychopath?
He's not. They just
No,
fucking
he's
give him
totally
that.
not. Yeah, it
I
almost
know.
makes more sense when they call him the Scottish Terminator or whatever they say.
Or
'Cause
Cyborg.
at least he's like. They keep going back and forth with Cesaro on that. The Swiss Cyborg and the Swiss Superman.
He's
I think it depends whether he's heel or face.
Let's see some other teams we got. Yeah, a little bit more time we can squeeze in here with this. I don't even know how we would do this one if we were to try to redo the Hulkamaniacs. That seems confusing. That seems interesting. Let's go with that one. I mean, it's got to be Hulk Hogan.
All right, so Hogan leads a team of 4 other
Beefcake?
dudes. It's got to be Beefcake.
Maybe if we constitute Macho Man for Megamaniacs?
I would say that's fair.
I don't think
Beefcake,
Randy would be
Savage.
happy about that.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
he knows his role.
realistically, you could put like Warrior on that as well, then, because of the team up they did for a while. Were they the Ultimate Maniacs?
Well, Savage and Warrior were.
Oh yeah, Savage and Warrior were that.
Savage and
Again,
Warrior were the
though-
Ultimate Maniacs. Beefcake and Hogan were the Mega Maniacs, and Savage and Hogan were the Mega Powers.
So Team Mega Hulkamaniac Powers. Ultimate.
I don't know who else. I'm trying to think who else you'd put on them. Like,
I mean, if we had Hogan, Beefcake, Warrior, and Macho Man, and we had a 5th on that, outside of Beefcake, that's still kind of a hell of a team, realistically speaking.
I mean, as weird as it sounds, would you put Edge on there for the only guy that Hogan won a tag team title with?
And he was an actual Hulkamaniac.
Who was on the original Hulkamaniacs? Let me double check that.
Probably, I imagine like Snooker or like Jim Duggan or something like that.
I think the 89 Hulkamaniacs were like Jake the Snake and Demolition. The 90s Hulkamaniacs were...
Yeah, you're right about that one. I just got that one up there.
Duggan,
Action Smash,
Boss Man, and Tugboat, which is bizarre.
Huh. Did he have like any? I mean, I know he feuded with Big Boss Man, but did he team with him at any point?
Yeah, for a brief point in 90, like I think he was in his corner at SummerSlam, and then he was on his Survivor Series team.
What about Paul Orndorff? He was teaming with Paul Orndorff for a while.
I feel like let's give a little love to the original Rock and Wrestling era and put the Junkyard Dog on there.
Yeah, but was he really ever teaming with JYD?
For
I got it.
First portion.
I got it. You start throwing some celebrity power. You put Mr. T on there.
Ooh.
For WrestleMania 1.
Oh, yeah.
So then I imagine the heels that they would face would just be all men that hate their mothers. And then Mr. T goes insane.
Every single time he punches them, he's like, "You should love your mother on Mother's Day, on Father's Day." Fuck, at that point, I mean, if you're looking at this time frame, you got Hogan, Beefcake, Macho Man, Warrior, and Mr. T. The opposite team for that would pretty much have to be the Heenan family.
Yeah.
And we didn't do that one, so let's do that one. Who would the opposite team be? Andre the Giant.
It's Andre, Rick Rude, Mr. Perfect, and I want to say Anderson and Blanchard.
Those three, Rude, Perfect, and Andre, make a lot of sense.
I want to say Anderson and Blanchard, but I also want Heenan to get in the match and bump around for everybody.
He can bump around on the outside.
Yeah, he'd have to bump on the outside. There's too many other people. Let me look at people who have been in the Heenan family. Let's go around with that. We got Adrian Adonis, Andre the Giant, the Barbarian, Big John Studd, the Brainbusters, the Brooklyn Brawler. We're not gonna pick Brooklyn Brawler. Haku, Harley Race, Hercules, Buddy Rose, Tama, Ken Patera, King Kong Bundy. King Kong Bundy might be a one for that.
Well, Flair should be in it.
Oh, fuck, yeah, Ric Flair. Fuck, we gotta have him in there. So we're only missing one name then.
So I'd go Andre, Ric Flair, Rick Rude, Mr. Perfect, and I'd go Harley Race. That's the fifth one.
I like that team. That's a fucking team of talented dudes.
We got Race, we got Studd, Bundy, Orndorff.
I think if you put Studd on it, it was like there's a real risk of one of the side of the rings collapsing, which would be funny, but you know, like that could.
Oh, same with Bundy.
Oh yeah, true. Like
Andre and Bundy and
Bundy. Yeah, imagine like Bundy, Andre, Big John Studd, Adrian Adonis, all on one side of the ring.
Yeah, god damn, that's a hell of a team. Andre the Giant, Rick Rude, Mr. Perfect, Ric Flair, and then any of those, so probably Harley Race, managed by Bobby Heenan.
I'd say either put Harley Race or just put Haku on it, because Haku would be great as well.
Oh, then they win.
Yeah,
yeah.
Jesus Christ, they win that match. God damn it! I don't even know if we've thought of a better team than that.
I think that's the best wrestling team we've ever come up with.
And of course, they're all aligned with Bobby Heenan
because they're great.
The man.
Because they know what they're doing.
Looking at some of the lists we already did, I forgot that we labeled this one as Team Spooky Guys. What do you think? We got like one or two more left?
I would say so.
Yeah. We'll round out now.
Here's a couple ones. Throw out maybe one of the ones if you think that we should definitely do that one. We got Team Jobbers. We got Team Giants. Team Super Heavyweights. Team Cruiserweights. The Muscular Guys. Team Unemployment Line versus Team Jobs. I guess it would just probably mostly be team jobs, because really, how many people had an unemployed gimmick?
Well, no, it's the unemployment line being like they're all men of trade, and
Let's go with that one as one of our final ones. I like that. We got a lot of options there. We got TL Hopper, Duke the Dumpster Drosy.
Yeah, you got the Goon.
Isaac
Knuckleball
Yankum.
Schwartz.
Isaac Yankum, everybody's favorite.
Yeah, Yankum.
Trying to think of other ones.
Simon Dean, fitness guru.
Yeah, could go.
Dean Douglas.
Yeah, Matt Striker as well. And teacher gimmick.
Repo Man.
IRS.
Friar Ferguson. For before Bastian Booger.
Big Boss Man. He was cop. The Mountie. Fuck, at that point we could do Team Cop practically.
Yeah, do that real quick. Boss Man, Mountie, and the Fashion Police.
Well, you'd still need one more.
It would be another cop.
There's Thurman Sparky Plug.
Yeah, obviously the racer gimmick. Trying to think of a few other ones. You would have thought there'd be like, I mean, there were tons and tons, but
is this stretching this too much? But the Undertaker.
Now, okay, intentionally, this was the goal.
He was saying Undertaker. That was kind of the point, you know.
Yeah.
Let's see, Los Matadores. They're matadors.
That's not necessarily
yeah, it's not really a job.
They ever have a firefighter?
Road Dogg was a roadie. What is this one? This one website's got listed down Gold Dust.
Well,
as having a job gimmick. What kind of fucking job did he have? Where's your job if that's your job? Is to
he was a movie critic.
Oh fuck yeah! I guess that's right. Damian Sandow. He was a
know-it-all.
No, not the impersonator. What's the word I'm thinking of? Stunt double. Yeah.
About Reverend Devon.
Oh, yes.
Shit, at that point we could almost do team like Preacher. I'm gonna add that down on the list. We're gonna do that at some point.
Him and Brother Love and what about the Dicks?
They were male strippers, weren't they?
Yeah, Chippendale.
Chippendale the
Oh, we have Skinner. Yeah, alligator wrestler.
We have Doink. We have Doink. Doink as the clown.
Yeah.
Fantasio, the magician. I'm trying to think of anyone else that's really like.
We never got Eggman.
No, we didn't. We got a rooster out of it. Oh, was that really a job, an Eggman? That's not really a job, anyways.
No, I mean we never got it, but it would have been if it would have been the case. My job is to be Eggman.
What about Los Matadores?
I already brought them up.
Oh, you did mention it. Oh, you did mention it. There's so many of them that I'm just like going up and down across the list of these ones. David Otunga as a lawyer.
Yes.
Oh, Dolph Ziggler when he was a caddy for Chavo Guerrero.
Oh my god, yes.
Ooh.
For that matter, the entire Spirit Squad, like, being these
male cheerleaders, yeah.
I think I'd almost go more on the idea of, like, the very straightforward, this guy's got nothing for him other than the fact that he's this.
Yeah.
Like TL Hopper is a dude carrying around a fucking plunger, you know?
Yeah, I probably would go. I think the Reaper Man would definitely have to be on it. I'd go.
I'm thinking kind of. All right, I think I got a group here, which I'm missing. One person can't fit on there, but there's TL Hopper, there's Duke the Dumpster Drosy, there's Repo Man, IRS, Big Boss Man, and Isaac Yankum. One of them has to go.
I take out Boss Man.
Yeah, I'd say Boss Man probably. But and we haven't mentioned Val Venus.
That is a job.
It's
probably the best job.
Yeah.
They would do like a chef gimmick.
I don't think they ever did. I don't know if WCW or ECW may have thrown something in there, but I can't recall them doing it.
Boy, that is a waste of some knife edge chops.
Yeah, so, well, Repo Man's a guarantee.
Yeah.
I feel like Duke the Dumpster Drosy's got to be in there. TL Hopper. I mean, fuck. What the hell? You look at that guy and you're like, what the fuck? They really hit home on that IRS thing.
Yeah, and Isaac Yankum should be on
it.
And
Isaac Yankum, yeah, I think I'd probably go that way. We could probably even knock this one out real quick just to add another one on there, but we were just talking about those things. We had those guys where we could do a team involved in some other kind of sport. Because we got Abe Knuckleball Schwartz, the Goon, the Spirit Squad, Thurman Plug.
One that's involved in another sport.
So, Abe Knuckleball Schwartz.
I mean, Psycho Sid was a good softball player.
He's a great softball player.
Yeah.
But you got Knuckleball Schwartz, the Goon. Dude wrestled in his own hockey gear. Thurman Plug, race car driver.
So that's 3?
That's 3. You got Caddy Ziggler, if it kind of counts, or technically speaking, I guess, Chavo with Kerwin White. But he wasn't really like just a golfer. He was just a guy who happened to golf, right?
Yeah, he was just a typical white guy playing golf.
And then Chad Gable for playing basketball in Space Jam.
There's probably plenty of other people that have been like, well, I'm a sports guy for this thing. Like,
what about Dennis Rodman?
Oh my god.
He doesn't count. He's an actual sports guy.
You can get into like the bevy of football players like, Wahoo, McDaniel, and Jim Neidhart.
Lawrence Taylor main evented WrestleMania.
That's true.
There's boxers, if you count that. I don't know if that would really count. But Mark Merrow tried to do the whole boxing thing, and
you go if you wanted to go like UFC stuff, you could put in someone like a Brock Lesnar or a Ken Shamrock into there.
If you want to go full on, used to be an athlete in like football, you got Steve Mongo McMichael.
Yes.
That was very strange.
Yeah. Or you'd have Goldberg in there as well. He's former footballer as well.
Wait a minute. There's apparently a guy named Mr. Touchdown.
Oh, Chikara, yes.
Chikara. It's always a good place to venture into for these ones.
Yeah, we didn't even touch Chikara for any of these. That would open up a whole new closet.
I can't think it on some other names, yeah.
Yeah, I can't think of too many other ones that were other sports people and they've just came into doing wrestling as well.
Alright, let's do one more to round this out. We could do a team based off of a location, like a Team Japan, Team Mexico, Team Canada, that kind of thing. We could do something like the super heavyweights or the cruiserweights. We could do something like want to guess 5 suggestions of like Team Golden Era, Team Attitude Era, Ruthless Aggression Era, that kind of thing. We could do another. Let's
do Golden Era versus Attitude Era. Or did we do that already?
I feel like we've done that one.
I have down as that we didn't quite do it. Let me double check.
So I feel like I remember like putting
I
together
think
some
that
sort
was
of
the
team
end of the
which had
last one.
which had
We-
like like,
We
had,
had
like,
Team WWF versus Team WCW,
Okay.
and we had Team AEW. We had Bullet Club versus Bullet Club versus the Click. Yeah, I think it's the WWF WCW one.
okay.
So if we did, yeah, let's round it out with Golden Era and Attitude Era.
So
while we're at
what
that.
class is the golden era? Just to
Let's
clarify.
double check. Yeah,
Do
Because-
you want
because-
to
Era.
it's not the
say
same.
Hulkamania era then?
Well, that's the rock and wrestling era.
So-
When I think golden era, I think Gorgeous George, like Bruiser Brody, that sort of thing, more than the rock and wrestling era.
At least according to Wikipedia, the most reliable thing in the world, that is labeled as 1982 all the way to 1993. So I'm assuming that they're basically referring it as like Hogan.
Yeah,
So obviously Hulk Hogan.
yeah,
I mean,
So
You
basically,
can't
we just want to
not.
I think we can both agree. Captain of Team Rock and Wrestling era, let's say, is Hogan. Captain of Team Attitude era is Stone Cold.
yeah, you
It
have
pretty
to.
much has to be.
But
For
then,
that matter, I mean, the Rock has to be part of the Attitude Era one.
Yeah.
And I kind of feel like Macho Man should be part of the Golden Era one.
yeah, I'd also say that Roddy Piper has to be on the golden team as well.
Let's see what we end up with, because I can agree with you, but some names might bump them.
There's on the golden era side, you've got obviously Hogan, Savage, Warrior as potential.
Andre
You know what?
has to be on there.
Let's go all out on this because guess 5, he deserves it. Let's add the other ones in the mix too. Let's add New Generation Era and Ruthless Aggression Era.
All right,
Okay.
fair.
So we got like, I'm gonna write it down now. New Gen Era, we have to have HBK, Bret Hart, and Undertaker.
Yes. And
yeah,
then
yeah, that's very into it.
the other two, honestly, I don't think you guys would argue Diesel and Razor.
No,
Ooh.
there's, I mean, Owen Hart could potentially be on that one.
The only other names like that I think were major players, maybe Yoko and Owen.
I'd say there's British Bulldog.
Bulldog's another option too. Yeah.
I'd say Sid is also an option on that one as well.
I don't know.
Even though I'm a big fan of some of these guys, like I still wouldn't put necessarily like the 1-2-3 Kid or Goldust or
Vader.
I don't think I'd put that in there, especially if we're limiting this to WWE and not necessarily WCW.
Oh yeah.
Ooh. Well, we know Brett and HBK and Undertaker. That's probably going to be the easiest one for us to knock out as the New Gen thing. But there's a lot of people like, I mean, Jeff Jarrett was a big part of that. And
I think it would have to be.
Razor's got to be one of them, right?
I'd say Razor more. Well, I'd say Diesel more than Razor.
Diesel was champion for a year. Diesel has to be
Oh,
on this list.
Yeah.
I'd say Diesel more than Razor, and then it's a choice between whether you put Razor Ramon, Yokozuna, Owen Hart, or British Bulldog. I'd say
Damn, that's difficult.
Yeah, I'd say they're probably the other ones, but I'd go Razor out of those ones.
Yeah, I would too.
All right. How about we put a pin in that then? We know we have 3, and then we have. We're gonna knock out Jarrett. We're gonna knock out 1-2-3 Kid. We're gonna knock out. All right. So we've narrowed it down to the final 2 for those would be some combination of Diesel, Razor, Owen, Bulldog, Sid, and Yoko. God, that's a good group.
Yeah,
I would knock out Sid right away, and then make it. For me, Diesel's a lock. He has to be on there.
I think I'd almost knock out Bulldog in favor of Owen, even if Owen isn't on the list.
Oh yeah, I'd go Owen over Bulldog.
I think if I were gonna pick the 2, I'd probably go Diesel and Razor. But I would hate to see Owen and Yoko knock it on there, but of course they can't, Actually, are we all saying that Diesel would be one of them?
Yeah.
Then that would be an agreement one.
Yeah, you need to have someone there reminding you how shit the New Generation era was.
So then it would just be, we got HBK, we got Brett, we got Undertaker, we got Diesel. It's just, we got one more spot for Razor, Owen, or Yoko.
I think Razor fits so perfectly with those four guys.
Yeah, I'm gonna give my other vote to Razor over Owen, unfortunately, because he was part of the clique. He was a major driving force in a lot of things.
Well, so if you set that one for the new generation, we go back to the golden one. Like, I think, like you guys have already said, we have to lock in Hogan and Savage. I think you have to lock in Piper, 100%. I think he's the best heel of that era. So
I'll grant you that. Essentially, I think we're sticking with the WWF, which might mean Flair doesn't.
No, this is WWF, really.
I would say another lock should be Mr. Perfect.
I don't know about that. Like, in terms of
what? I'm gonna go no on Perfect.
Well, I wouldn't say a definite no, but I definitely wouldn't say he's a lock just yet.
When we're talking about the top five,
you've got DiBiase. You've got DiBiase to consider here.
DiBiase.
You've got Andre to consider.
Andre is a lock. Like,
you've got Warrior. You've got you probably wouldn't go with Rick Rude, but he's an option on there. You've got Jake Roberts. Got trying to think of like any other like major ones like there's quite a few, obviously.
Damn. All right. Well, we're locking in Hogan, Macho, and I'm assuming we'll probably lock in Piper.
And I would lock in Piper, and I would lock in Andre.
I think you have to put in Andre for that time period.
I could understand bumping Perfect for DiBiase.
I think DiBiase was more prominent in the main event scene than Perfect was, but Perfect would make it a better match. So,
but Warrior's a bigger star.
I'd also put DiBiase over Roberts and over Rude.
Oh yeah, I definitely put him over those two, even though they're great as well. But yeah, it would really come down to either Warrior or DiBiase.
Given the two,
I mean, Warrior is the only one that was WWE champion out of the two of them.
Yeah, but I think for longevity, I think I'd go DiBiase.
I mean, I would go DiBiase just so it meant the Warrior was.
It's a better match.
Yeah. So that's two out of the different eras.
Out of the five.
All right, so Attitude Era, we got Rock and Austin, obviously, as the.
Well, hold on, Rock, Austin, Foley, Triple H, and X.
We're not putting X-Pac on it.
No, you can say Taker because of the overlap, but we put him on the new gen. I don't want to put him on this.
Yeah. We can't Austin, Rock, Foley, Triple H. They're pretty much locks, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. Then Kane's an option. Big Show is an option. You have trying to think if it was.
Would you constitute Kurt Angle as part of that, or is he more?
No, we're getting Kurt Angle.
Yeah, I think he'd be in the Ruthless Aggression one. I'd say
Chris Jericho.
We'll get to him.
I'm trying to think of who else would fit into more of an Attitude Era spectrum.
I'm trying to look up some of those names.
Like Shamrock. Got who else was like prominent in terms of like championships and like up the main event thing? Like,
there's like DX, but I don't think we'd pick anybody because we have Triple H.
No, yeah, we wouldn't go with any of the other ones from DX.
You know, I think given the circumstances, I think I'd go Kane.
Yeah, Kane is probably the biggest fit out of all of it. It's quite weird because Kane just feels like a bit of an add-on to this one now of the era, which is supposedly is historically the biggest of all time. Like, we're throwing Kane in there because we can't find a fifth person who fits in like seamlessly.
Well, because I think given the circumstances, he does fit in seamlessly because we agreed that Taker was more of a representation of the new generation era, and I'm putting Big Show in for the Ruthless Aggression era.
Well, I'd put Big Show in over for the Attitude Era as opposed to the Ruthless Aggression one.
Really, I think he was more prominent in the Ruthless Aggression era.
I think he was more successful in the Attitude Era one.
I think he's kind of in an Undertaker situation where Taker was part of New Gen and went right into Attitude Era Big Show seems like he's kind of Attitude Era going into Ruthless Aggression.
Yeah.
He's like a borderline on the outskirts type of thing.
So if we agree to bump Kane from the Attitude Era team, I think that bumps Kane from the entire list, but I wouldn't put him on the Ruthless Aggression Era.
No, I wouldn't either. But
no, I'd put him on the Attitude Era.
I'd put him over Big Show.
Yeah.
I would put him over Big Show.
So that would be Austin, Rock, Foley, Triple H, and Kane. Another fucking amazing team. Goddamn. So Golden Era, we had Hogan, Macho, Piper, Andre, and DiBiase.
Yeah.
New Gen, we had HBK, Bret Hart, Undertaker, Diesel, and Razor. Holy shit, this is a good group of people. Ruthless Aggression, we got Cena. He's a guarantee. I'm pretty sure we have to put Brock Lesnar in there.
Yeah.
Brock Lesnar is
Kurt Angle,
Brock Lesnar, John Cena.
Is that where you think that Jericho comes in the mix, or is he Attitude Era mixed in there, kind of falling into like
you
the
can
Big Show
totally do Chris Jericho in the Ruthless Aggression Era, or at least the argument is there.
I think the issue is with Jericho being in the Ruthless Aggression one is that I think Jericho was almost a bigger deal in the Attitude Era than he was during Ruthless Aggression. It's almost like I'm starting to feel like I would have bumped Kane out of the Ruthless Aggression, out of the Attitude Era one, and put Jericho in instead. But that's also a sense of, well, if I was to go into, well, let's go into the PG era, you could say that Jericho was actually a bigger deal then than he was during the Ruthless Aggression stuff.
Fuck it, let's add PG era in there.
Because we're going to do all the eras. Like, we're going through to today.
But we might as well. Yeah.
But why does, does Cena make more sense in the Ruthless Aggression one or in the PG era?
We're going to find out.
Because if you go Ruthless Aggression, you could go Angle. I think Guerrero should be on it.
Eddie Guerrero is another good pick, yeah.
Angle, Brock,
yeah.
Big Show, me. I like Eddie.
Well, actually, before we even finish knocking that out, so we would have the Ruthless Aggression era, which is 2002 to 2008, according to them.
Yeah.
And then we'd have the PG era from 2008 to 2013. And then they're constituting the reality era?
Well, that was post, essentially pipe bomb stuff and things like that. I mean, it's a bit later on beyond that bit, but that's what they deemed the reality era.
Reality era, I think, in the long run, is going to start with WrestleMania 30, and go from there.
Doesn't that kind of just constitute now?
Yeah.
Kind of like lump that into current era. So we'd have Ruthless Aggression, and then PG, and then the current era. So Cena has to be in either Ruthless Aggression or PG, because he never fucking shows up anymore.
Well, he's PG. He's PG.
Yeah, from that period, from like 2008 to 2013, I think that was peak Cena on top of everything.
And I think that Orton's got to be on PG era, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's definitely PG as well.
So then we take that out of the mix for Ruthless Aggression, which means we've got 3 spots left for Ruthless Aggression, unless we add Eddie Guerrero in there.
I'd say out of I would have Eddie on it because Edge could definitely be in the Ruthless Aggression one.
And then I would add Jericho.
No, because I put Jericho in PG.
I'm not sure that I would, but
that's when Jericho is doing his best in the world. What he does gimmick, and I think that's better than anything he did at the Ruthless Aggression era.
Or the Attitude Era, we had him in as a possibility for that.
Yeah, I know. It's just he could carry over into the obviously not current ones, but obviously if we would go for AEW currently, he's still one of the top ones. That's just the power of Jericho. But
so PG era, we've got Cena, Orton. I would say probably CM Punk.
Yeah, Punk should be in that.
Cena, Orton, CM Punk, I think, are 3 locks.
I would say if we have to put Jericho in one of them, and I think he's better suited for PG than he is the Ruthless Aggression one.
I would say we put a pin in it until we figure out who else we have for options, because right now we have no other listed PG ones.
I would begrudgingly say Sheamus.
PG era?
Yeah.
I wouldn't go Sheamus realistically. I'd be more. I'd be more in tune of going with Dolph Ziggler for that spot than Sheamus would. Sheamus potentially, but
Del Rio was around for a long time there.
yeah.
I
So
don't really want to put Del Rio in there, but
so it's 2008 to 2013. God, they were terrible years. Or just like years where no one was really just like breaking out outside of the established top order.
And that's why I begrudgingly say Sheamus, because in that time frame, he won the world title like 4 or 5 times.
maybe I don't know about that one. I was just gonna say maybe Edge for PG instead of Ruthless Aggression.
No,
but
no way.
Yeah. What about Jeff Hardy?
And he's more ruthless one because he left in 2009.
Oh, that's right. That was So nah, Jeff Hardy doesn't make it on.
No.
Well, we know Cena or Punk. Those are guarantees. They started to bring a lot of people in here.
Hang on, where's Batista going?
Ruthless Aggression era.
Yeah, but Batista has.
No, he's got to go PG era.
But yeah, because he's got to be on the team with Cena and
Orton. Yeah, Batista's a lock for PG era. Okay.
So it's Batista, Cena, Orton,
and Punk. I mean, yeah, one blank one.
All right, so on the Ruthless one, we've locked Kurt Angle and Brock Lesnar.
And then possibly Edge and Eddie Guerrero.
We've got to put Rey Mysterio on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'd be fine with that being those 5, and I would put Jericho on the PG one.
So Jericho, Punk, Batista, Cena, Orton. That's very 2009 Raw.
I'd rather have Jericho on that list than not at all, especially if the other option would be to put Sheamus on there.
Yeah.
I'd rather put Sheamus off.
Sheamus or Del Rio. Yeah, let's say just put Jericho on that one.
That's fair.
I mean, we have overlooked Big Show, but I kind of feel like
we had to get rid of Perfect and Bulldog and Owen and Yoko, and sometimes not everybody can make it. Warrior's not on there,
Yeah.
So the current era, though.
All right, so that's Reigns has to be on it.
Roman Reigns is on there. He's got to be a lock.
Rollins has to be on it.
I think I'd probably agree, Seth Rollins. I would say no for Dean Ambrose. Though.
Yeah, I would say no for Dean Ambrose.
I would say Daniel Bryan.
I would say Daniel Bryan has to be on there.
And I'd say AJ Styles has to be on it as well.
And we're left with one.
You know what? I'd probably put AJ Styles on there too. And one of the options, maybe not a guarantee, one of the options I would toss out there would be Kevin Owens.
Yeah, I mean, there's potential. Miz has potential.
Ooh, Miz is a good pick for that. Yeah.
I almost argue Miz has to. Miz is carried. I wouldn't want to say carried, but Miz has
been carried throughout this era.
Player overlapping from the PG to now.
Because if we count the current era being 2014 up until now, you got a lot of people coming in there for guest spots, like The Undertaker versus Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar popping up a lot, Goldberg showing up here and there, Chris Jericho, like all the people that have been a part of other things.
Yeah, but
Owens and Miz, it's tough.
I mean, Bray Wyatt should be considered for that as well. He's been around that entire time, and he has been pretty prominently featured throughout that time.
That's true.
Who else would you kind of constitute as like really top names in the current era?
I wouldn't put him on the list, but I'd give a massive shout out to Kofi Kingston.
Oh yeah, he could, especially for the last year alone, he could definitely has a much bigger shout than he would have had before that.
I know a lot of people would probably say that Ambrose should be on there because we should have the Shield, but I would go with Miz or Owens over Ambrose because I feel like he kind of kept getting lost in the shuffle.
Yeah,
Owens and Miz though, man, that's tough. Fuck.
Well, yeah, it is actually quite tricky
because the Miz was a big part of the PG era too.
I mean, Miz was arguably a bigger deal in the PG era because that was when he was the world champion. Obviously, he was a multi-time Intercontinental Champion in this era.
And I kind of feel like if we got something like Owens against Lesnar for the title at next year's WrestleMania, then we would be like, oh, Owens should have definitely been on there. Ooh, fuck. I feel bad if we don't pick the Miz, but at the same time, I'm kind of leaning more towards Owens.
I mean, Owens would make it a far better match.
Reigns, Rollins, Bryan, Styles.
Yeah.
That's a good group too.
I would go, my vote would go with Owens over the Miz.
I think ultimately I'd probably go Owens too, yeah. I can't really think of anybody other than Owens and Miz that I would even give a whole lot of thought to. Like I said, Kofi Kingston deserves a big round of applause, but I wouldn't put him in there.
I mean, there is an argument said you could put Adam Cole or Johnny Gargano or someone like that on this.
Nah, I don't think I'd go with them over that. And I wouldn't go Finn Balor. Yeah, I think I'd probably go Owens. I can't think of anybody else that I would probably put in that mix.
Yeah.
Because Daniel Bryan's, his big WrestleMania thing was Orton and Batista and Triple H. Well, they're not people from this era. They're stayovers from previous ones. John Cena's a stayover from a previous one. Jesus, look at this list. We got, so Golden Era, Hogan, Macho Man, Piper, Andre, and DiBiase. New Gen, Michaels, Hart, Undertaker, Diesel, and Razor. Attitude Era, Austin, Rock, Foley, Triple H, and Kane. Ruthless Aggression Era, Lesnar, Angle, Guerrero, Edge, and Mysterio. PG is Cena, Orton, Punk, Batista, and Jericho. And the current era is Reigns, Rollins, Bryan, Owens, and Styles. That's a very good representation of WWE, I think. And we're only missing a couple people that we really couldn't just, like, we couldn't fit Owen in there, and Big Show, and The Miz, and
Bulldog, and stuff like that.
Yeah, Yokozuna, Mr. Perfect.
Couldn't find a spot for Bam Neely.
It's unfortunate that, well, the babyface side on the New Generation era was so stacked because Mabel should have been on that list. Fucking Mabel.
Should be on all lists. The Time Machine Dream Team, Tony Mango list. You got Mabel, Bam Neely, Ricky Ortiz, Eric Escobar, and
Catalina.
Wow, that's a good group. Yeah, I think that's a good way for us to end off. I think that's. I don't think we're gonna get any better than that.
No, we're not.
But we do have obviously many more options we could do in the future that we haven't gotten around to. We haven't done the masked superstars. We haven't done the natural disasters. We haven't done the oddities. Team Samoa, Team Boxers. We just talked about the boxing people and all that. So, there's lots of different options for different teams in the future. So, if you would like to see us do another Time Machine Dream Team at some point, consider donating to the Patreon for the Pick Your Poison tier like Guest 5 did. Many, many thanks to Guest 5 for this. And I don't know when we'll do another one of these if we don't necessarily have the whole Patreon as part of it, because this is kind of Survivor Series based, so maybe we come back to this again next year around Survivor Series. I don't know. I did most of my plugs already, I'm pretty sure, but if I haven't already, I'm pretty sure I haven't quite talked about fanboysanonymous.com. Go ahead and check that out. If you want to check out the movie review side of things, I want to do quite a bit more about Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker if I get a chance to. I got Fanboys Film Awards coming up. I got the Six Flicks picks for the whole breakdown of 2020 coming up as well. And this and that and that and that. So check that out on there. Go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Ring the little bell for the notifications there. Follow the Facebook and Twitter accounts. Do all the same stuff you do for the Smark Out Moment side of things for both channels, because that's greatly appreciated. All the likes and all the shares and all the favorites and all that other stuff is awesome. There's the Patreon I mentioned, the TeePublic and Redbubble shops. There's my Twitter account, Tony Mango. There are all the things that these guys have, including their Twitter accounts, but I'm going to pass this over to them for them to talk about what they've got going on. Rob?
Yeah, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DudeJulice. You can check out Fightful.com, check out WrestleZone.com, and the final episode upcoming of 2001 Wrestling Odyssey. But Callum's going to tell you more about that.
Yeah, so 2001 A Wrestling Odyssey, our podcast where we go back in time to the year 2001. It's coming to a close later on this week, where me and Rob, and possibly even Tony, if he finds the time, to look back on Vengeance 2001 and any other news and events that were taking place in December of 2001. So make sure you tune in for that one. You've run the bell for the notifications to let you know when that turns up, and prepare yourself by going back and listening to all the other ones we've got on the channel as well. You can follow me on Twitter at Wigmaster14 and check out all of the articles, including the power rankings, on the smarkomoment.com website.
Yeah, and we may have another thing for you before the end of the year other than the awards, but the awards are coming up. They'll be posted on Christmas. I'm not expecting people to necessarily listen to it on Christmas, but I figured that's a good time to put it out there. So we've got, at least as far as this is concerned, we're recording this this is 5 o'clock on Monday afternoon. So later on today, we're going to do the hot tags. You'll be hearing that. And we also have an upcoming one of the Pick Your Poison tier sponsors from Marco. So we've got, most likely what we're going to do is Superstar Scores Edge. So that is going to be coming up at some point soon. I don't know exactly when we're going to get around to doing that, because we do have the awards to kind of finish up, and we do have the one to watch in the future endeavors forecast. So over the coming week and a half, something around that, we'll have all those different things and other hot tags and stuff too. So plenty of extra content as well coming your way between that and the 2001 finale and whatever else we got. We also have the stuff on smarkomoment.com, so check that out, and that's about it. So thank you for listening to this. Thank you again to Guest 5 for sponsoring this, and we will see you next time, everybody. But for now, this has been another Smark Out moment, and we're being counted out.